Oh, he had a great look. Oh, the cape and the boots.
No capes.
Disney has one of the longest and richest histories among all the film studios in the world. Their animated movies are some of the most famous movies of all time and have spawned spin-offs and retellings for years to come. There are hundreds of hours of movies and TV shows to enjoy, and many lovers of Disney are really incredibly fanatical. The dedication that many Disney fans take so seriously have caused lots of them to spend hours poring over tiny details and notice things other people haven't. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into some of Disney's most crazy conspiracy theories and see if we can uncover some hidden truths in Disney movies. Before we get started on today's video, please remember to leave a like down below. Your support really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with all our brand new videos and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future content. Let's start off with one of my favorites. The Little Mermaid, Tangled, and Frozen are all connected. Yup, you heard that right. Let's start off with Frozen. At the start of the movie, Elsa is preparing to have her coronation to become Queen of Arendelle. Obviously, it's a huge occasion, and when the gates are finally open in the middle of a huge musical number, obviously, we see a large amount of excited guests pour into the palace grounds across the bridge. The camera is mainly on Anna for this part, but we do get a little teensy glimpses of the people milling around her. Eagle-eyed fans notice that two of these party guests look incredibly familiar. In the bottom right corner of the screen, we get a very clear shot of Princess Rapunzel and Prince Eugene, aka Flynn Rider, from the Tangled movie, making their way through the palace gates. Rapunzel is seen with her short brown hairstyle from the end of the movie, and both of them are wearing fancy light-colored clothes, looking every bit the part for an occasion as grand as this one. There are multiple things we can glean from this. Disney put this in the movie for a reason, perhaps as a simple Easter egg, but it seems incredibly deliberate. Because of the way Rapunzel's hair looks, we can determine that this coronation is taking place after the end of the Tangled movie, which makes sense because Tangled came out before Frozen. The Rapunzel fairy tale is set in Germany, where we imagine the fictional kingdom of Corona is based, and Arendelle likewise is in the real-life country of Norway. The two countries are fairly close together geographically, so it makes sense for royalty from each country to attempt important ceremonies. This ties in with another idea from the first Frozen movie. Before we knew where Elsa and Anna's parents were going, fans believed that they were sailing to Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding, which takes place 3 years before Frozen and fits in with the story timeline. The ship obviously sinks, and fans had their theories on this too. If the king and queen of Arendelle were sailing between Norway and Germany, that would put them very close to Denmark, which is where the Little Mermaid is set. At the beginning of the film, Ariel is seen exploring a very familiar looking shipwreck. Fans speculated that Ariel was actually exploring the wreckage of Elsa and Anna's parents' boat, which is pretty dark to say the least. It was obviously confirmed in Frozen 2 that the king and queen were not sailing to Denmark, but that doesn't mean that the ships from the area didn't sink around Denmark. The shipwreck Ariel finds is very similar to the ships of the time, so it's obviously somewhere around that general area. Speaking of Tangled, some believe that Mother Gothel is the evil queen from Snow White. The two do have quite a lot of similarities. They both appear as both young and beautiful and holding on to their good looks. They both raise a young princess as a mother figure without actually being related to them. They both have a small, intricate dagger. They both have oval-shaped hand mirrors. They both pretend to love the princess as means of control and deception. They both even fall to their deaths. Supposedly. Both of the original Grimm's Brother fairy tale shows that Snow White and Rapunzel are based in Germany, so the location is close enough for everything to line up. The theory goes like this. The evil queen at the end of Snow White in her old lady visage falls to her death, but survives. She travels far enough away to go into hiding and start again, which is where she finds the magical flower and uses its power to hold on to her youth and beauty. A huge length of time passes, long enough for the evil queen to really become as old as her enchanted visage makes her appear. When the flower is used to save the Queen of Corona and its power transfers to Rapunzel, she steals the girl in her obsession to hold on to her youth. She even takes her back to her tower, which is similar in architecture to the towers of Snow White's castle. Throughout the movie, she is obsessed with having all of her control over Rapunzel and her powers in order to retain her youth and beauty that she wants to keep so badly. If rumors are true, then she really hasn't changed all that much from times when she ruthlessly hunted down and poisoned Snow White. Our third theory for this video is that Jane from Tarzan is descended from Belle in Beauty and the Beast. Disney has a habit of making family members dress the same way, the stylization of characters reflecting their similarity on the inside. It's reasonable then for fans to have noticed the physical similarities between Belle and Jane. Both wear long yellow dresses with the white underskirt and petticoats, and both have long brown hair tied up in a delicate half updo. Their facial features are also very similar. Both characters have an eccentric, loving father who supports them and is often seen as endearing yet strange, a soft character. Both these characters find ways to bridge the gap with complicated beast-like male characters. In Belle's case, this is a literal beast when she learns to bring out the prince in him through kindness and affection. For Jane, Tarzan is a human man but can't communicate effectively with her, and she takes time to learn how to speak with him in a mixture of both English and his own language. There's also a very familiar tea setup in the jungle camp in Tarzan. If you look closely, you can see Mrs. Potts and Chip in the campsite, perhaps after the curse was broken, turning household staff into furniture. In Beauty and the Beast, some of the expensive and valuable items of the castle were passed down in the family. Hence, Jane ended up with a tea set from the castle that Mrs. Potts and Chip were turned into to match. It's not the most wild or crazy theory out there, but it makes a lot of sense, and the little clues in there all add up to form a bigger picture. Lastly for today, let's look into the idea that Edna Mode is actually the hero of the Incredible movie. Yes, that tiny, eccentric, quirky little fashion designer is actually the one who saves the day. But how? Well, we've got you. Cast your mind back to the scene in The Incredibles where Mr. Incredible talks to Edna Mode about getting a new supersuit. He wants a cape, right? And she insisted, no capes. She goes off on a monologue about all the dangers of capes and the accidents that have happened to superheroes in the past because they were wearing a cape at the wrong moment. Thunderhead got his cape snaggled on a missile and met an early Ed. Met a man caught in an elevator shaft. Dyna Guy snagged it, taking off at high speed. Splashdown got stuck in a watery vortex out at sea. Stratagale, wearing a cape, he got stuck into a jet engine from a plane. We know from bonus content of the Incredibles DVD that Stratagale was a high school student, just a young girl when she died. Yikes. And the accident with the plane could even have caused the whole plane to go down, contributing to the damages caused by superheroes around the world that led them to go into hiding. It's clear all the way through the movie that every superhero goes to Edna Mode for all their suits. She's simply the best. We know that Syndrome makes her own weapons and boots, and we assume that he has built his secret lair and robot, so maybe he's made his own suit. But he is obsessed with being the best and nothing else will do. If Syndrome, aka Buddy, wants to be the best superhero ever, it makes sense that he would go to the best in the business for his outfit. It's strange when Elastigirl goes to Edna and is shown her family's new suits that Edna shows off the suits against pretty much every single one of Syndrome's traps. How does she know about the dangers that the Incredibles will be facing? How? Because she has already met Syndrome and knows that they're in danger. But she knows of a flaw. She knows that he's up to no good. She wants to see him brought down. So she gives his suit a cape. Again, it's another dark theory, but it's a popular one. And the more screen time Edna Mode gets, the better. She's such an amazing character. So did you guys enjoy our Disney conspiracy theories today? Which one is your favorite? Have you heard of any more that you want us to cover in a future video? Let us know in the comments down below. We'll meet you there. Until next time, please remember to give this video a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed our content, as we always have more. Turn on your notifications to keep up to date with all our brand new videos, and we'll see you soon.